Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to a very special unboxing episode, as today is my birthday. And what better way to celebrate my birthday than doing a special unboxing episode, which basically is this giant ass box filled with probably one of the most rarest figures within the Mortal Kombat line. And by the thumbnail you can already tell what these figures are. This is basically a holy grail that I've wanted into my collection for I don't know how many years, but as a huge Mortal Kombat fan, I'm so damn excited to finally get these figures into my collection, as I think this pretty much wraps up about 95% of my nostalgia in the collection that I wanted. So without wasting too much time, let's take all these figures out of the box and then we'll have like a first impression, because again, like I said before, it is probably one of the most rarest Mortal Kombat figures within the Mortal Kombat line, and we'll dive more into that when I unbox this. Alright, so we got this tape right here. And these are all raw first impressions. So these figures are very hefty in price right now. But again, for my birthday, I decided to really just go all out, because honestly, Mortal Kombat is just, again, one of my all-time favorite brands. And we have all this little popcorn shit right here, but let's start from left to right. We have, alright, Subzero from Mortal Kombat Infinite Concepts. Wow, that looks freaking badass. And let's see who we have next. Alright, so we have here Kang. Oh man, this is my childhood coming out of the box right now. This is what I call a collection. Damn. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we have Scorpion. That looks freaking badass. Who's next? We have Mileena. Nice. Sonya Blade. That awesome. She's in her classic outfit too, so really cool. We have none other than Shang. Yeah, that looks freaking badass. Let's kind of unbox him, or unpackage him right here. So this is actually really cool, because we have characters in the back right here of all the characters that come within this wave, and then some bios. But first impressions of Shang Tsung, that is, yeah, okay, so like I said before, we're gonna dive more deep into this in a little bit, but I just want to really unwrap these figures, kind of show you guys like a first impression of how much of a big deal this is. Sonya Blade in her classic green outfit. Next, we have Mileena. Back of the art still same, but yeah, she looks incredible. Scorpion. I mean, whoever wrapped this box did a really great job, so that looks badass. Now we have Kang. Let's see how this guy holds up. Yep, that looks so sick. I didn't even know his gauntlets were green. That's amazing. And last but not least, we have none other than the man of the Ling Kuei himself, Subzero. Alright, that is beautiful, man. Damn. Alright, and here we have all of the Mortal Kombat Infinite concept figures right here in front of me, and dear lord, this is what I call the official holy grail for classic Mortal Kombat figures. Now, the reason why I say classic is because I know we have Storm collectibles, we also have back in the prior days of Jazzwares and Mezco, but those were all updated Mortal Kombat figures from the later games, right? But when I look at these figures right here from Infinite Concepts, and then there was also the ones where they used the molds from the G.I. Joe property, and then there's the Toy Island versions as well, and I guess the big 12-inch versions of figures. But what really makes me love Mortal Kombat is the fact that these figures right here really define what Mortal Kombat really means to me. This is classic Mortal Kombat at its finest. Now, the thing that really makes me upset is the fact that there is no one brand in Mortal Kombat that has really completed an entire line or entire wave of figures. I mean, we have wave 1 right here, Scorpion, Sonya, Liu Kang, Subzero, Mileena, and Shang Tsung. But then there's also a second wave that did not release because of some type of situation that happened within the toy lines, and with the whole concept of blood and gore and violence that happened within video games, and Mortal Kombat being the first one to give like a rating system. So we never got to see the light of day of wave 2, which consisted of Jax, Raiden, Kitana, Reptile, and Johnny Cage, which honestly, those figures would have made this entire line set of Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 extremely more complete. Looking at these figures, they remind me of the darkness of Mortal Kombat, the mystic element of Mortal Kombat, the cryptic bullshit that Mortal Kombat offered in the games, and like this whole mysteriousness of who were these ninjas, who were these characters, who were all these characters in terms of what were their backgrounds. But now when you look at new Mortal Kombat and the new era of Mortal Kombat, everyone's unmasked, everyone's origins have been really described and kind of portrayed in a way that we all know everything about them. All the newer games really leave no more mystery to Mortal Kombat. So this is basically what I think is the definitive and definite version of Mortal Kombat to be. So before we conclude this video, let me quickly run by all these figures real quick, and then later on down the line we will do a special review on each of these figures because I think it's pretty much worth it. Alright, so let's take a look at Liu Kang very quickly and briefly, hopefully not spend too much time on it. But again, the face sculpt is interesting nonetheless, but I love the attire, giving it more of that same aesthetic of what, you know, Liu Kang should be, with the red stripes and the black pants saying Liu Kang Series 1. As I mentioned before, there was going to be a Series 2, but that got canceled. So, side of the packaging says Hyper Realized Action Figures. So, we'll see how great that comes out. But I love the classic Mortal Kombat logo right there, saying age 6 and up. And then on the back, we can see all the figures that we have within this line. And then we have a little bio of this brand called Kojit, which is basically Center of Gravity Joint Integrity Technology. And then we have more of the Mortal Kombat bio series right there. But like I said before, I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but Liu Kang does look fairly awesome. So next we have Subzero, and this guy again is really awesome. And I know there's a Series 2 version or like a variant of this figure that had like the ice arms and whatnot, but again, I'm not too picky on that. But the head sculpt looks fairly nice, and this is again what I like to call, you know, the definitive version of Mortal Kombat ninjas, because I loved when their gis were mostly all just a solid blue, and then they had those little squares within here. Even though I'm a fan of also Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Trilogy, where they had the grid patterns on their gis, but even the simplistic sides, you know, it reminds me of the Mortal Kombat A Journey Begins animated movie, and as well as the 1995 Mortal Kombat film. So says Subzero right there, Series 1, and the packaging is all the same with everyone else, with again the back right there. So we don't get like bios of Subzero or anything, but yeah, that looks freaking badass. And this pretty much follows the same for Scorpion. Again, each ninja has their different facial expression, because you see Scorpion has the white eyes, which looks really awesome. He doesn't come with any accessories. I wish he came with like a harpoon or something, but that didn't happen. But again, this is, like I said, this is Mortal Kombat to me. Freaking beautiful looking figures for sure. And again, same back right there, but yeah, same mold as Sub-Zero, but just different head sculpt. But yeah, like I said before, it also reminds me of the Mortal Kombat first issue comic book where both Sub-Zero and Scorpion are together. So just seeing these two like side by side, that is freaking awesome. I can't wait to take these out of the package. But again, we know the prices on these are kind of skyrocketing, but Scorpion looks freaking fantastic. And then we also have Sonya Blade, who really has a very nice face sculpt right there, giving us more of that classic look with the black headband and blonde hair, and then the green and black outfit. So yeah, no accessories or anything, very big bubble for the packaging, but yeah, this is again my definitive Mortal Kombat. And when I saw like this version, it just really brings back so much nostalgia of like what Sonya Blade should be, or how she was back then. So again, same back right there, nothing new there, but again. And then we have Mileena, who's a very interesting take on the first series, because I really thought that they could have had Kitana, but like I said before, Kitana was part of Wave 2 or Series 2, but she didn't come into existence. But Mileena's face sculpt looks really nice, because she's supposed to be beautiful as her sister, but the cool thing about this is that her mask is actually removable, so you can probably see the teeth underneath when I do the review. But she does come with her 2 signature size. The sculpting is very busty for a woman, so that's kind of interesting. But again, I love the maroonish color. Gives me that Mortal Kombat 2 vibes from the video game. And my god, I really wish they made like Kitana. That would have been beautiful. But we have Mileena right there. The idea of how their articulation works within these bulky figures. But like I said, we'll go into more in depth when I do the review of these figures. And last but not least, we have Shang Tsung. Now, this version of Shang Tsung is actually, I don't know if this is the original one, because there's actually a variant of Shang Tsung where instead of the green costume, he has the gold outfit, which is more video game accurate. So I'm not too sure where the green came from, unless, I don't know. But what I really would have loved is to have this Shang Tsung be the very old version from Mortal Kombat 1. They could have done that, and then this could have came in Series 2, but it's okay. We can see he has that hat with a very interesting facial expression, kind of giving like that Disney character vibe. Sculpting, all that same as the rest of the characters. Mostly just black pants and then big arms and whatnot. But yeah, it's a really good looking figure nonetheless. I mean, I will get the gold version as well at some point, but the back all looks great. But again, the real highlight here is mostly just the fact that we get a Shang Tsung figure, and I would have loved to see the old man Shang Tsung, but you know, we don't get to see that happen. So as I mentioned before, when I look at all these figures, it reminds me of like being curious of knowing background origins of Mortal Kombat, wanting to know who these characters are, and you know, seeing these ninjas all kind of like, you know, have this very dark and ruthless background of not knowing their origins was really what made me want to know more about Mortal Kombat. But all that has been lost because now the ninjas are unmasked. Shang Tsung is just whatever. Liu Kang is kind of a god now because he's like, the fire god Liu Kang. And I wish Kung Lao was in this line too. And the Reptile would have been freaking amazing within this line as well, but that didn't come to existence. And, you know, we didn't get to see Kitana, Jax, her partner, and, you know, Shang Tsung being Shang Tsung. But yeah, like I said before, guys, like this is like very rare and the holy grail for my collection, and the fact that I own all 6 of these figures, like, I feel very content with my collection. I think this kind of really just sums it up of what it is I love about 90s nostalgia and 80s nostalgia, but mostly this is a 90s property. And I think from here on out, I'm literally about, this is what I want in Mortal Kombat and really nothing else, in terms of, you know, Storm Collectibles is great articulation, but, you know, the prices are very, very high, and on top of that, they take years and years to make all the figures, and that's just time I don't have. But the fact that this right here again reminds me of the 90s, it reminds me of traditional classic Mortal Kombat, is where my collection wants to go. So that is Liu Kang, Subzero, Scorpion, Sonya Blade, Mileena, and Shang Tsung. Alright, you guys, that's about it for today's episode. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the review on all these figures. And again, thank you everyone for all the birthday wishes. It really means a lot to me. And again, stay tuned for a review on all these figures, and make sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.